How to Love and Be Loved by Paramhansa Yogananda. Chapter 1. Friendship. The Art of Gaining Friends. Friendship is God's love shining through the eyes of your loved ones, calling you home to drink His nectar of all selfishness dissolving unity. Friendship is God's trumpet call, bidding the soul to destroy the partitions that separate it from other souls and from Him. True friendship unites two souls so completely that they reflect the unity of spirit. True friendship is broad and inclusive. Selfish attachment to a single individual, excluding all others, inhibits the development of divine friendship. Extend the boundaries of the glowing kingdom of your love, gradually including within them your family, your neighbors, your community, your country, all countries, in short, all sentient creatures. Be a cosmic friend, imbued with kindness and affection for all of God's creation, scattering love everywhere. To have friends, you must manifest friendliness. If you open the door to the magnetic power of friendship, a soul or souls of like vibrations will be attracted to you. The more friendly you become toward all, the greater will be the number of your real friends. When true friendship exists between two souls and they seek spiritual love and God's love together, when their only wish is to be of service to each other, their friendship produces the flame of spirit. Through perfected divine friendship, mutually seeking spiritual perfection, you will find the one great friend. Unfailing laws of friendship. Be neither unduly familiar with nor indifferent to a friend. Do not limit him by telling him, "I know all about you." Respect and love grow among friends with time. Familiarity breeds contempt between those who are mutually useless, selfish, material-minded, and unproductive of inspiration or self-development. The greater the mutual service, the deeper the friendship. Why does Jesus have such a wide following? Because he, like the other great masters, is unequaled in his service to humanity. To attract friends, you must possess the qualities of a real friend. Blind friendship may end in sudden blind hate. The building of wisdom and spiritual understanding by mutual effort can bind two souls by the laws of everlasting divine love. Human love and friendship have their basis in service on the physical, mental, or business plane. They are short-lived and conditional. Divine love has its foundation in service on the spiritual and intuitional planes and is unconditional and eternal. When perfect friendship exists, either between two hearts or within a group of hearts in a spiritual organization, such friendship perfects each individual. In the heart purified by friendship, one beholds an open door of unity through which one should invite other souls to enter, those who love him as well as those who love him not. When divine friendship reigns supreme in the temple of your heart, your soul will merge with the vast cosmic soul, leaving far behind the confining bonds which separated it from all of God's creation. Consider no one a stranger. Learn to feel that everybody is your kin. Family love is merely one of the first exercises in the Divine Teacher's course in friendliness, intended to prepare your heart for an all-inclusive love. Feel that the lifeblood of God is circulating in the veins of all races. How does anyone dare to hate any human being of any race when he knows that God lives and breathes in all? We are Americans or Hindus or other nationalities for just a few years, but we are God's children forever. The soul cannot be confined within man-made boundaries. Its nationality is spirit. Its country is omnipresence. This does not mean that you must know and love all human beings and creatures personally and individually. All you need to do is be ready at all times to spread the light of friendly service over all living creatures which you happen to contact. This requires constant mental effort and preparedness, in other words, unselfishness. The sun shines equally on diamond and on charcoal, but one has developed qualities that enable it to reflect the sunlight brilliantly, while the other absorbs all the sunlight. Emulate the diamond in your dealings with people. brightly reflect the light of God's love. Why love your enemies? The secret of Christ's strength lay in his love for all, even his enemies. Far better to conquer by love the heart of a person who hates you than to vanquish such a one by other means. To the ordinary man, such a doctrine seems absurd. He wants to return 10 slaps for the one he has received and add twice as many kicks for good measure. Why should you love your enemy? Love him that you may bring the healing rays of your love into his hatred-stricken heart and burn away the partitions of misery that separate your soul from another. Avoid doing anything that brings harm to yourself or to another. If you are self-indulgent or if you encourage a friend in his vices, you are an enemy disguised as a friend. By being true to yourself and a true friend to others, you gain the friendship of God. Your love will expand until it becomes the one love which flows through all hearts. The heart of friendship. I will remain in hearts as the unknown friend, ever rousing them to flaming feelings, silently urging them through their own noble thoughts to forsake their slumber of earthliness. I will behold the person who now considers himself as my enemy to be in truth my divine brother hiding behind a veil of misunderstanding. I will tear aside this veil with a dagger of love so that, seeing my humble forgiving understanding, he will receive the offering of my good will. The door of my friendliness will ever be open equally for those brothers who hate me and for those who love me. I will feel for others as I feel for myself. I will work out my salvation by serving my fellow man. The social way to omnipresence. The social way to attain cosmic consciousness is to expand the germ of divine love within the soul. Too much love of your own ego confines the soul to the boundaries of the flesh. The soul is an omnipresent reflection of the all-pervading spirit. The ego is the body-bound consciousness of the soul. The soul as ego forgets its omnipresence and considers itself limited by the body. When the ego begins, through practical sympathy, to feel itself in other bodies, it begins to regain its forgotten omnipresence. Unlike the short-sighted worldly man, the divine soul works not only for himself as one body, but also for himself in the body of others. You must learn to seek nourishment, prosperity, healing, or wisdom, not for yourself in one body only, but for yourself in all bodies. The social way of developing cosmic consciousness is to love your family, neighbors, country, and the whole world as yourself. You are the king, and the kingdom of your love includes not only all human beings, but also all animals, flowers, stars, and all living creatures. Love all men as your brothers. Love all women as your sisters. Love all elderly men and women as your parents, and love all human beings, the black, brown, yellow, white, red, and olive-colored races, as your friends and brothers. This is the social way of attaining cosmic consciousness. Wisdom in friendship. Some souls at sight become our own. Others, whom oft we meet, forever remain unknown. And yet, in whispers Dame Wisdom says, to love your own and the unknown alike are heaven's ways. What is true friendship? Friendship is the universal spiritual attraction that unites souls in the bond of divine love. If you open the door to the magnetic power of friendship, a soul or souls of like vibrations will be attracted to you. Friendship is a manifestation of God's love for you, expressed through your friends, who constitute the most valuable possessions a human being can have. You attract those who are like you. This is the law of vibration. Friendship is eternal. If you can form a friendship through which God is awakened in you, that is the greatest of all friendships. True friendship lies in seeking soul progress together. Friendship must never have a material end in view, or an object to be gained. Friendship is an ever-increasing consciousness of equality and the blending of souls without any physical objective. Only the building of wisdom and intuitional understanding by mutual effort can bind two souls by the laws of universal divine love, which is unconditional and has its foundation in service on the spiritual planes. Friendship is the purest of all love. In the love of parents for their children there is compulsion. In filial love there is compulsion. In the love of lovers there is compulsion. But in true friendship there is no compulsion. Usefulness is love. If you want the love of friends or the world, you must be useful to them. Be a friend to enemies. You must be a friend even to your enemy, because if you become an enemy to your enemy, you will increase his wrath and make him an even greater enemy. Every person who tries to injure others first injures himself. You cannot hate others without first poisoning yourself. To hate anyone is against your own interest. Remember, God is in your enemy just as much as in your friend. When you recognize God in those who love you and in those who hate you, when you see the all-pervading love of God, then you will realize His omnipresence. Hatred travels through the other. If someone is broadcasting hatred and you are tuned to that hatred, you will get it. But if you are tuned to love, no matter how many hateful vibrations are sent, you will not get them. You must cultivate love in your heart, for love is the magnet that draws souls to you, and it is the dagger that destroys hatred. In pure friendship you will find God. If you would be a true friend, you must recognize the soul. When you consider yourself as a soul, then you can be a perfect friend. If you fail to be friendly, you disregard the divine law of self-expansion by which alone your soul can grow into spirit. By being true to yourself and a true friend to others, you gain the friendship of God. The divine purpose of friendship. Friendship is the universal spiritual attraction that unites souls in the bond of divine love. The spirit was one. By the law of duality it became two, positive and negative. Then, by the law of infinity applied to the law of relativity, it became many. Now the one in the many is endeavoring to unite the many and make them one. This effort of the Spirit to unify many souls into the one works through our emotions, intelligence, and intuition, and finds expression through friendship. Friendship. Is friendship the weaving of the red strings of two hearts? Is it the blending of two minds into a spacious one mind? Is it the spouting of love found together, to strengthen the rush of love on draughty souls? Is it the one rose grown twixt twin mind branchlets of one compassionate stem? Is it the one thinking in two bodies? Or is it like two strong stallions, disparate in color and mien, pulling the chariot of life together to the single goal with one mind sight? Is friendship founded on equalities or inequalities? Is it built on diverse stones of differences? Is friendship the unthinkingly agreeing, the hand-in-hand, blind walking of two souls, foolishly rejoicing in their united folly, falling at last into pits of disillusionment? Friendship is noble, fruitful, holy. When two separate souls march in difference, yet in harmony, agreeing and disagreeing, glowingly improving diversely, with one common longing to find solace in true pleasure. When never the lover seeks self-comfort at cost of the one beloved, then, in that garden of selflessness, fragrant friendship perfectly flowers. For friendship is a hybrid born of two souls, the blended fragrance of two unlike flowers, blown together in love's caressing breeze. Friendship is born from the very core of secret, inexplicable likings. Friendship is the fountain of true feelings. Friendship grows in both likeness and differences. Friendship sleeps or dies in familiarity, and decays in lusts of narrow-eyed selves. Friendship grows tall and sturdy in the soil of oneness in body, mind, and soul. Demands, deceptions, sordid sense of possession, courtesy's lack, narrow self-love, suspicion, these are cankers which eat at the heart of friendship. Ah, friendship, flowering, heaven-born plant. Nurtured art thou in the soil of measureless love, in the seeking of soul progress together, by two who would smooth the way each for the other. And thou art watered by attentions of affection, and the tender dews of inner and outer sweetness, of the inmost selfless heart's devotion. Ah, friendship, where thy soul-born flowers fall, there, on the sacred shrine of fragrance, the friend of all friends craves to come and remain. The friendship instinct. God's effort to unite strife-torn humanity manifests itself within your heart as the friendship instinct. Make every effort to rediscover your friends of past incarnations, whom you may recognize through familiar physical, mental, and spiritual qualities. Rising above considerations of material or even spiritual gain, perfect your friendship begun in a preceding incarnation into divine friendship. When divine friendship reigns supreme in the temple of your heart, your soul will merge with the vast cosmic soul, leaving far behind the confining bonds which separated it from all of God's animate and inanimate creation. End of chapter 1.